Welcome back to GloryHunter. Thank you for all of your feedback on yesterday's episode. Very much important and has very much narrowed down what we're going to do in this transfer window. We have very high aspirations here at Malaga this season after not just scraping survival last year, but actually from January onwards, putting in some really good form that could well see us, if we can replicate it for a full season, challenge for a European spot this year. You'll notice that Chavez has grown up to 80 rated now as well, so continually he's getting better as time goes by. And hopefully after he had a strong season last year and his potential is decent, he might be 82, 83 by the end of the season. We hope, fingers are crossed. With course to remind you, brought in Reguilon on a free and Mendy on a free in the last episode. We also brought in Omur, the central attacking midfielder who currently starts at cam, as I've put Roberto back to striker, and Gomez is now on the bench. Now, the plan is to potentially loan out Gomez to loan in Bravo. That would be the plan. At present, though, not going to act on that yet because I want to make sure that Gomez goes before we look to loan Bravo in. However, by popular demand of almost everybody, I am going to sign Martin Vitic. Currently valued at 23.5. Could get him for about valuation. He's going to come in. Nana C was also superbly popular to come in as a left-sided midfielder to start in the 11. So that's what we'll do to begin with here, and we'll take it day by day, game by game, transfer by transfer, moving on from there, because that will still leave us about 30 odd million pounds left to try and get some more business done. They want 32. Now, my chief executive said that I could get him for 25-ish. So I will offer you above valuation. They've come down to 30, but the tension has risen. I don't have to worry about making sure we get it done now. We can always come back if they disagree. I don't want to pay 28 though, because that only leaves me 50 left. And I'd like to try and ask 26.5. I want to try and maximise how much I've got left after I've done Nana C. Yes, after I've done Nana C and Vitic. And Vitic we can get for 26. He's on £19,000 a week currently. Now I don't know, coming from the division that he's currently in at Spezia, whether he wants Crucial, especially with the Crucial squad role now then, how much he might want a week coming in from Serie A. Probably something similar. £13,500 is more than acceptable. In you come, sunshine. Right, a brand new starting centre-back. Our current two centre-backs, in fact, almost every single player in the squad has peaked with their potential from the previous season. Such was the level that they were currently playing to. But Vitic is in, and he will go straight into the starting lineup. Now, I do very much like Mbete and Caro as a partnership. But Caro is probably the one to drop out of the starting 11, and Vitic will go in. Now, he's right-footed, so can stay on the right, and Mbete's left-footed, so can stay on the left. That's another 80-plus player into the starting lineup. Now, next on the list was Nana C, and we're going to try and get him in for, if I can, well under valuation. 16 million is what my chief executives reckons I could get him for, so I will be cheeky with an early £14 million bid. They want Wisdom Amy. Now, I am open to Amy going because he just wasn't very good, but I'd rather, if he was to go, we went out on loan. So I will remove the exchange player there, but the total of that market valuation is about 20 million. And if that's their opening bargaining chip, then, I mean, surely they should be open to selling for about 16, and indeed they are. Nana C on £10,500 a week. Coming from Malmö, though, is probably going to want a bit of a wage rise, because coming from a Swedish league, you imagine you'd expect more wages in a higher respected league. Not necessarily respected, but you know what I mean, a higher caliber league. So I will offer him £18,000 a week, and hopefully they'll sign that, which indeed they will. Brilliant. Well, that's Nana C in then as well to start on the left-hand side. The squad is really starting to take shape now. Now, by signing Nana C and Vitic, it means I absolutely definitively cannot afford Yusuf Demir, because I would have needed to pay his release clause to get him in. But that doesn't mean we can't target him in a later window, in a later season. Now, depending on what happens with Amy, depends on whether I go for Lianco on a free as well. But Kevin will now drop to the bench, and Nanasi will come in and start on the left-hand side. Now, I'll change him to a left winger. He gets a -1, but that's only because of his current sharpness and morale. So I will actually look to change his position to a left wing as well with regards to his development plan. Now it's a case of seeing what bids we can get in for players, because if I can move Gomez out on loan, we'll bring Bravo in on loan, and we'll wait and see if we get any other bids potentially for Amy to go out on loan, and then we could maybe bring Lianco in as a free, waiting to see a scout report on Chaibi, waiting to see full scout report on Yankuto as well. So there's still plenty to be done in this transfer window. We are absolutely, by a long way, not done yet. We're as far as match day 1 for the La Liga season to begin. We haven't made any further decisions yet as to what to do next. We're still waiting on potential scout reports for some and loan bids for others before we definitively go, right, we want someone in this position and that position. So, with the new signings in the starting lineup, Nanasi and Omur and Vitic and Mendy and Reguilon, let's take on Granada at home. Now, we have aspirations this season of being a top half, if not top 7 team. I say 7 because I'm not sure where the cutoff is for the Europa Conference League. We would take European football of any form for next season. But you never know. With the right extra 1 or 2 players, either this window or January, who knows what can happen. There is the big 3, and then there is a gap. And if we can fill that gap better than anyone else fills the gap, then we might be in for a cracking season. Roberto, good save again. Pressure is on here now for Malaga. Corner comes in, it's cleared away, but only as far as Chavez. Still the ball flies towards goal, but won't go in. Well, we're dominating, but we nearly went 1-0 down. Oh, Granada, calm your tits, will you? A light injury for Reguilon. That's not exactly what we were after when we signed him. Well, Mendes back on then, and Pantea across the left back. And whereas we were in the defensive line on the left-hand side. Not ideal. Hopefully it's not going to keep him out for too long. There's only 3 games in the entirety of the month of August, so we've got like a week and a half until the next game. So if it's only like a 5-day injury, he should be fit for the second 2 games that we're going to play in today's episode. And Roberto was the man that led the line last year, and guess what? Leading the line again. Malaga 1, Granada 0. I don't need to worry about making any more subs, really, because Adamu equalises for Granada. I was going to say because we have such a gap to the next fixture. Well, for all of our possession and dominance in the first half, it only took 6 minutes of the second for Granada to bring us back level on parity at 1 apiece. Now, fingers crossed, we can step it up in the second half and get ourselves back in front. A point isn't the worst, but we want to be winning games like this. If we have genuine ambitions of being a European side next season, however we get there, we want to be winning games like this. Keep it out, please. Oh, tipped over the bar by Edouard Mendy, who is the captain. He just got... No! Adamu! With another. Granada are going to score late on in the second half, as we scored late on in the first. And Granada are going to nick it by the skin of their teeth from the corner. Adamu gets a brace, and we find ourselves defeated on opening day. But the way that we were dominant in the majority of the fixture says to me that we should be fine. 5 days for Reguilon, we get lucky. Javier Jimenez with a loan option to buy. I will let him go out on loan because I'm thinking about bringing in Lianco as depth whilst we let the other youngsters in the squad try and grow in between seasons. Baran's development schedule has gone up. He's now 75 rated. And there is interest in Iker Bravo. They've bid 25.6 million Newcastle United to try and take him away from Barcelona. So to try and entice him to come to us instead, we will look to... We can't look to loan him because he's not available for loan. Well, Ike Bravo looks like he's going to go to Newcastle then, because I can't afford to buy him. Balls. Off the shortlist he goes. Okay, that changes things. Garnacho I won't go for. Brun Larsen isn't really a striker with 72 finishing, and I'm not going to go for him, I don't think, now. Now, I'm waiting to see what Chaibi is valued at, or rated at, because he looks like he could be pretty decent. Grows quite well on career mode, was great for me on Football Manager at Toulouse, and I'd be intrigued to bring him in to us here. Now, if Jimenez goes out, I think I am going to get Leanco in to try and bulk out the squad, because we've got a lot of youngsters going out on loan that hopefully will be able to grow, and then when these older players age out, we can either sell them or they could just sit there and rot for a week here. But for the time being, maybe I shouldn't have offered 4 years. Oh, good. Thank you, mate. 2 years suits me down to the ground, actually. I just defaulted to going to 2 years. I'll actually offer him only about £17,000 a week, which is significantly less than valuation, or what is recommended, but Leanco will sign. The former Southampton centre-back is in from the free agents, and free agent FC grows once again. An A rated for that as well. Now then, I think Couto is probably going to be a bit of a no-brainer as well, isn't he? Just for squad depth. So let's go and get him too. I don't know what he might want wage-wise, though. That recommended wage position is still with a question mark. Now, he's not going to be that highly rated, I don't think. And with a release clause of only 42 million, now if he gives me an idea of what he wants, that'd be great. He doesn't. I'll start at 22, and if they're willing to negotiate, great. They'll sign at 22. 22 is one of the larger contracts we've offered, but it's also not going to break the bank either, is it? So free agent FC grows once more, and Yan Couto is in. What is he rated at? He could play at fullback as well, of course, so a player that can be played in a number of different positions. He's actually 80 rated, Yan Couto. That is a steal. That's an absolute steal, in fact, to bring him in for such a low valuation. Right. We're really starting to take shape now. We're really starting to take shape. We get a little bit of squad depth. Now, I do need centre mids. I do want to buy a centre mid, and I do kind of want a better cam than a Moore, if I'm honest. I could either sign a winger and move Nanasi central, or I can sign a cam and a centre mid. Now, how much money have we got left? Finances will dictate this. £34 million, and that's not really enough to sign to buy two. Now, Yulin Yon has now signed for Burnley, so he's not going to be an option anymore, but I wasn't necessarily super hot on him anyway, so we'll take him off the shortlist. Cole Palmer and Demir aren't available for loan anyway, so we're not going to be able to buy them because I can't afford the valuation. That's not a problem. We'll take them both off for now. Now, Kamari, I'm waiting to see how... Jesus Christ, he's quick. Wait to see how good he is before making a decision there. Chaibi, wait and see how good he is before making a decision there. And Raskin is kind of my go-to option in that centre mid spot for now. So we have targets, but whether we have the financial capability to bring all that we want to bring in, we will wait and see. And there may well yet be someone else that pops up on the radar that gets the nod ahead of the people that are currently on my shortlist. Oh, a loan bid for... Now, with Bravo going to Newcastle, I now will not loan Gomez. Albert Gomez will stay now at the club, and we won't loan him out to loan in Bravo. So I'm going to have to adjust that. Frustrating about Bravo, but it is what it is. It's out of our control, unfortunately. So, Marseille, you're not going to get Albert Gomez. He's going to stay put for now. With Real Sociedad coming up, a bid from PSV for Roberto of 25 million, but we're going to reject that. And Javier Jimenez is going to go out on loan for a year to Pisa in Italy to ensure that he gets more first team football than he'd have with us. And hopefully will grow a bit. Someone coming in? I don't think that's someone coming in. I think that's someone going out. It's Javier Jimenez going to Pisa in Italy, a country we do need to go back to, of course, in the GloryHunter to try and win the Coppa Italia. Kameri, if I want to scout report back on him, now he's actually very good for the level that we're playing at right now. And I don't think I could really afford him, to be honest. Now, there is that Makengo there that's available on a free. Now, he might do a job for us as a squad player. Makengo at 79 rated could absolutely bulk out the squad. And then maybe I could afford to go for someone like Kameri. If I bring in a free agent centre mid, then that frees up the financials to buy someone that's slightly higher rated. I do want to see what Chaibi's rated at before I make a decision. Finishing of 80 to 84 on Chaibi as well. And he's well, not significantly cheaper, but he is cheaper. And I have an affiliation with him already from the Football Manager stuff. I'm going to try and get Makengo on a free. I think that's to ensure that we can then afford to spend a little bit more somewhere else. This is probably a bit of a no-brainer, really, isn't it? He wants important. I will try and get him to sign rotation. He's not going to be an important. We'll just have to be unhappy then, but bollocks to him. It's not going to make any difference, really, to us, is it? We'll say a 2-year deal, and that will see him leave us at the end of next season at the very earliest. And recommends £27,000 a week. I'll offer him 18 and he might negotiate. He won't want to negotiate at all. 18 grand, he's in. Makengo signs. So that's another centre mid in. He's slightly older, but that's fine. That's what we're looking for at this particular moment in time. And it means that Chavez will get the opportunity to stay the #1 man in that position. Now, it means I won't then go for Pogba, who's aging and injury prone. I probably won't go for Raskin now, but we'll wait and see what happens in January. So I'm now looking to sign a first-team cam to start ahead of Omur, who currently lines up in that position. So I'm happy, really happy with the signing of Makengo. He can come in and get into that position in the squad straight away. I should really put Kuto on the bench ahead of Kevin as well. To be fair, I'll probably put Kevin on the bench ahead of him there. Okay, we're looking good now. Now I just need that cam, and then Kevin will drop out of the bench, and Omur will go to the bench, and then we'll be set. Oh, it's my 50th game as Ted Lasso manager. It's my 50th game as manager of Malaga as Ted Lasso, is what we're trying to say, as we play away from home now against Real Sociedad at the Real Arena. They have some good players, as you could see there. Agustin Rossi in goal. They're playing a very narrow forward formation. Rossi, Sugawara, Pacheco, Unai Nunez and Borno Sosa. Guevara, Torrientes and Roberto Lopez, with Robert Navarro at cam, who we could maybe look at, actually. And then Ivan Franco up top alongside Jorginho Rutter, who's going to be probably the main thorn in my side throughout the course of this one. There's to Guevara. Can we get a foot in? Yes, but not to get the ball. Navarro forced him backwards with Mbete. Here's Torrientes. Clearly, some of their players are pretty good with the ball at their feet. Navarro's stolen it away. And that is unavoidable. Chavez stuck his toe out, and his touch was so heavy that Navarro's just run off, run in, and scored. Real Sociedad take a 1-0 lead, and that is as unlucky as I am likely to get. My first played game. Robert Navarro with his first goal of the season. And hopefully the only way is up from there. Corner for Sociedad. Oh, they're actually floating it in. Okay. Roberto's up. His clearance is poor. Estequillo has the option of Nanasi here. We'll just get that in there to Pellistri. Nanasi's gone. Nanasi's in. On debut to try and pull us back level. The defender positioned himself perfectly to ensure that I couldn't narrow the angle at all and had to keep running wide, and also couldn't look for a pass. Pellistri delivers the corner. It's decent. Roberto's up. Oh, what a save from Rossi. Firstly, what a header. Secondly, what a bloody save. How's he kept that out? Pellistri put a bit more power on it. Still it'll go towards Roberto. He hasn't won this one. Omur could get underneath that and has done well. And Mbete has Vitic. Vitic has Chavez. Chavez can't get the shot away before it's poked away from him. Roberto will not meet many headers better than he met that one. And the goalkeeper won't make many better saves than he's just pulled out there. A little bit of a press here, Sociedad. It's not a massive press, but they are sprinting after me when I'm in possession. As you can see there, and it's provided there's someone free to get the ball to, it's opening up a little bit of space. All I've got to do is utilise that space. Well in, Vitic. Nice interception. Pelistri. Roberto looking for Amur. He's not quite, with Chavez even, not quite got the acceleration to get through that gap. We're putting the pressure on Sociedad now. You feel an equaliser coming, don't you? Pelistri. Pantea's on the run, out wide. And we will use him. And we'll cut it back, looking for Amur. Oh, no. Picked him out beautifully, but the finish just wasn't quite there. The man in front of him clearly put him off there. Was trying to pull it back across goal, and he was too concerned about the man in front of him. He got underneath it. Bit of a lack of composure from Amur there. And Pelistri has stolen it away from one and nipped away from another. Now then, what have we got on the counter? Roberto, Chavez, Nanasi down the line. In the middle there is Amur. And Amur will look to play beautifully. Roberto in behind. Well, he scored our only goal in the last game. And he scored our goal in this one too. Roberto equalises for us away from home at the Real Arena. It's 1-1 before half-time, and that was really well put together. And Roberto, Pantea not coming forward on the overlap. I was hoping he might do. Roberto lays that to Estequillo. Roberto got caught there. Amur. Oh, not bad. His volley in the first half was pretty rubbish, but that was decent. I see Estequillo on the edge of the box here. And it's an excellent interception from the Sociedad man to ensure that it doesn't reach him. Now it's their turn to counter-attack. Sosa, one of my former fullbacks from our time at Dortmund, on the attack there, but picked off. Looking for Amur. Now he is left-footed. How's his right? Oh, he just couldn't quite get there quickly enough for us to find out. Good stop by the goalkeeper. Came out quickly to deny me the space to get a proper shot away. Chavez is there. Look at Amur making the run. That's poor from Chavez. Really, really tame. I could have sworn I put more power on it than that. Vitic will get to that, but Lopez gets lucky. Sociedad not going to make me pay for, well, I would say a mistake, but it wasn't really a mistake. They just got very lucky, just as they did for their goal in the first half. I'd have been furious if I conceded there. Amur is decent. Here comes Pantea on the overlap. Then maybe we can find Amur in the middle. Yeah, we can. Amur buried. He's got an assist for one. He fluffed his volley earlier, but now he's got a goal of his own. In the 79th minute, Malaga lead by 2-1 against Real Sociedad. Let's go! And Lopez, well intercepted. Estequillo can't sort his feet out, but Turientes fires wide. 5 to go against Sociedad. And we may have been 1-0 up to 2-1 down in the sim against Granada. But we fought for this one. Very, very hard indeed. It's the opposite of that result so far, although there is still time for Sociedad to get themselves an equalising goal, and we're going to have to be at our absolute best defensively. Don't even think about it, to ensure that they don't get it, and they won't. And Bete, the man in front of him, crumbled. I was slightly concerned that they might be getting a penalty there. Amur could be in maybe for a winner. Had to wait for it and wait for it and wait for it. But Chavez, referee, are you for real? I'm in there. I'm absolutely in. Well, we've won anyway, thankfully. And goal difference isn't that much of a thing in La Liga. Wow, Real Betis win 4-1 against Real Madrid in the end. It was 2-1 at half-time. We thought that was a bit of a turn-up for the books result-wise. Real Madrid not having a great start to the season. It was a good first game back for Reguilon after injury in the last one. First time I played with him, and he put in some good challenges in that. We could have scored more, but I think that's not really a negative thing to say. We almost certainly would have scored more if the referee had blown his bloody whistle. Okay, 3 points from opening 2 games is not bad. We have an idea of what we want to do transfer-wise now for that cam spot. And hopefully, you'll get your chance, Joe. Some of the first-team players from last season that have now been replaced are going to start having a little bit of a whinge at me now, aren't they? Jaramillo is going to go out on loan to... Well, has he accepted both? They've accepted both, so now he's just got to decide, actually. We don't know where he's going out on loan yet. Right, I have a number of names on my shortlist with regards looking at Cam, and a couple more to add. Celta Vigo are our next and final opponents of the day before we head to transfer deadline day. You may recognise their right back. Geronimo Rulli in goal. Joao Cancelo went to Celta Vigo, my former fullback at City, who we half contemplated getting in this window, but decided to go for Reguilon instead. I think that still was the best decision. Nathan Collins at centre-back alongside Nehuén Perez and Roman Perro at left-back. Jibril Sow, Beza, Fratesi 86, Bino Gittins, Chvanchara and Fabio Silva is their full 11. They were a decent team, Celta Vigo. They were down the bottom of the table, weren't they, last year? And right with us. Then they beat us and went on to beat basically everybody else they played for the rest of the season and pulled themselves a long way clear of the relegation zone. Our form did turn, but not until after the game against Celta Vigo, unfortunately. So I might like to beat them today. We're still looking for that new cam, and despite the fact that Omur was very good in that last game, I do still think I might like a cam that is almost like a marquee player. I think I'm looking for a cam that's like 81 to 83 rated to really come in and light up the creativity in the forward line. Estaquio's trying to get stuck in there and just isn't quite quick enough. Reguilon up against Beza, and he and Fabio Silva linking up like Kane and Son. Now here's Joao Cancelo, and his first act against me is to give me the ball. Agent Joao working well. Can we challenge for this? We can. Not only can we challenge for it, we bloody won it. Chavez, Nanasi, Roberto. Chvanchara. Oh, he's off. He nearly went there. Miguel Beza. Joao Cancelo. That's a lovely ball. Nope, and Betes cuts it out again. Joao, you don't play for me anymore, and Luke Mbete's not your teammate anymore. Joao Cancelo seems to be determined to give me the ball back every time he's got it. I mean, the more he does it, the happier I am, but his current manager won't be too happy with him if he keeps that up. Pantea has the option in the middle there of Omur, and Chavez is in a good spot here. And looking for Roberto, just couldn't quite get it under control. We're nearly breaking beyond this Celta Vigo backline, but nearly isn't good enough. That nearly made its way out of defence, but nearly isn't good enough. Nanasi is right-footed. I've not quite got the space to try and whip that, though. Estaquio. Roberto beats his man. Roberto! Oh, dearie me! Bino. Fratesi to Chvanchara. He was very good against us last time we played Celta Vigo. I am not looking forward to playing up against him again today. He's Nathan Collins, and Beza will have that, thank you. Reguilon has been great at left-back so far. Looking for Nanasi here. Joao Cancelo trying to stick with everyone. But I tell you what, Chavez is having a lot to do in this episode so far. Oh no! The deflection from the defender takes it away from Pellistri. That would have been surely a simple tap-in for the man. I can't believe it. The cross was perfect. Far enough away from the keeper that he wasn't going to get there, but close enough to the striker that surely he finished it. Fabio Silva finishes it. It's 1-0 Celta Vigo in the 36th minute. That's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Mateo's on the overlap. Pellistri's going to be there again. And Omur, man that we, at the minute, are looking for a replacement for in the starting lineup, is having a hell of an opening spell as a Malaga player. Pellistri to deliver this. Omur tried to get to that. Oh, Nanasi's strike was too hot to handle for Geronimo Rulli. He has managed to gather it second time around, and we will not have an equaliser at the end of the first half as we did in the last game. Or maybe will we? Nanasi trying to wrong foot Joao Cancelo. I think he actually just wrong footed himself. It's their only shot of the game, Celta Vigo, and they scored with it. We've had 3 with 1.1 expected goals as well. We haven't got one yet. And I am certain that we will score in this second half because we've been playing so well against Sociedad and Celta Vigo that it is surely only a matter of time before the ball goes into the back of the net for us. Get that forward there to Nanasi. Roberto. Oh, Chavez is such a willing runner now. It's almost as if his complete impetus has changed as a player to rather just sit there and wait for the ball to come to him. He's such a dynamic, forward-thinking player now, and he wasn't like that when he first signed Chavez. It must be coming with his improvements in his overall rating or something. I've no idea what it is that has improved it. Maybe attack positioning is a stat that's gone up for him, but He's flying forward from midfield the whole time. I'm not changed his individual instructions or anything. He's just had a light bulb moment and decided, I can be a good forward attacking midfielder. And, well, so far, he hasn't got the goal to go with that. But definitely he's got the right attitude. Here he is again. If he had better finishing, then I'd maybe think about moving him to cam and signing Rashkin at centre mid. But Chavez's finishing is not the one. Abdul. Oh, nearly feeding it through. I've half an hour to find the breakthrough here to give us that at least equalising goal to start. But if we can score 2 like we did in the last game, then... Ches! Then I would love to, but Tranchara thankfully was offside there. Here he is immediately, Yankuto. Oh, with a lovely ball. Chavez, Roberto. No! Senor Perez! How dare you! Chavez intercepts nicely. Nanasi called for it. Will reach Yankuto, but only just. Nanasi's on the run. Come on! Please, just let me get one ball beyond their backline and I'll score a bloody goal. Looking for Roberto. Backs in well. I wasn't going to get that to Yankuto even if I tried. Chavez. Oh, Pellistri spins. Pellistri's in. My God, why can nobody shoot on target today? Roberto's made the run down the channel. Needs support though. Or do we? Is Roberto going to go all on his own? Yes, but he's not going to score. Oh, man. Everything but the goal for us in this game. The quality of football that we're playing, though, night and day from the beginning of last season. Come on. 3.5 minutes, lads. That's all we've got left. 3.5 minutes. Please, for the love of God, put the ball in the back of the net. It's the name of the game. Well, the aim of the game, at least. It's not the name of the game. It's not netball. Kevin. Oh, I wish it was bloody netball, though. He's a bit fast, Bino Kittens, isn't he? Yep. Yeah, he is. I can't catch him. He's still going. Come back here. Oh, I needed to get to that. Oh, and I couldn't get to that. Oh, and I couldn't get to that. Oh, saved by Mendy, but time's going to run out on us. How have we not scored in this game of football? God, dearie me. This team is an exciting team now. Malaga are an exciting club to watch play football, and we've waited for that to be the case for quite a while. Right, let's go and finish the deadline day. Finish the transfer window with deadline day. This team is so very nearly there. We just need that final piece of the puzzle. Pantea's had a lot of interest in him, but a lot of it has actually been player plus cash deals, which obviously I've no interest in accepting, really. Conti, who's been on our radar for a little while as a potential centre-back for the future, is now a centre-back of the present for Frankfurt because he's moved there. We have so many players on my shortlist that are potential Spanish cams. I would like to try and buy Spanish if I can. I would like to buy Spanish if I can. Rodri, I'm not quite going to be able to afford, so we'll have to remove him. But we're getting some skill. Oscar, technically he's going to be pretty good, Oscar. Unfortunately, he's just not quite going to be the man for me physically. But Abe, I don't know anything about, so I can't do anything there. Alenia, don't know anything about, so I can't do anything there. Scout reports just aren't quite coming back quickly enough. Tino and Yurin. Finishing is not great. I don't know. Those windows aren't quite close enough for me to be able to say, yes, actually, he's going to be very good. So I can't commit to that. And I can't commit to Hannibal either. His passing's definitely good, though. I don't know how much he costs, though. So I just can't commit to either of them, unfortunately. Tillman is not going to come in because he's not Spanish. Now, Calderon is a player that we had at Manchester City. The David Silva regen that we actually really enjoyed, but don't know. Now, Felix Beltran is a player that is at Ajaccio. He's at a transfer bid accepted from Bilbao. I don't think I could afford him, though. 39.8 million, valued at 36. I think he's just going to have to go to Bilbao. He's only just gone to Manchester United, so that's a no. Riquelme, don't know enough about him or anything about him. Oh, no, I can see some of his stats. That's weird. Can I loan him? No, I don't know enough about him to buy him. Vega is... No, he has a really low release clause, Vega. It is odd because he looks like technically he might be half decent, but I'll say no for now. And then there's Robert Navarro, who obviously scored a goal against us earlier today. And you know what? He was on our list before, Navarro, and he's impressed against us today. I'm gonna go for Robert Navarro. Much as I'd like Calderon, I think Navarro is probably the... What? No. All right. Because they've done that in that bid. I'm gonna go for Calderon then. 29 million pounds. They reckon I can get in valuation for Calderon. Of course, the man that we had at Manchester City. David Silva regen will accept 28 million. Yeah, they will. It's under his valuation. It's less than they said they wanted for him. My chief executive said 29 something, I'm sure. Calderon. David Silva regen might just be coming into the club. He wants a crucial position, which he's more than welcome to. 5-year contract length as well. I'm going to deny the release clause because he's only going to grow surely from there. £71,000 a week, done. And we've not got much left in the bank. We've basically spent out here now this season. All of our money has been spent in the January window. Sorry, in the summer window, leaving us nothing for the January window. But so I will now empty the list. But I still think we've had a superb window and will only be better for it. Calderon goes into that cam spot. So we now have, other than Pantea at 79 and Mbete at 78, a team that is all 80 plus. Mendy's dropped to 85 now, but we expected that. That's half the reason why we bought him, because we thought he might drop a little bit, and it made it a little bit more attainable, realistic for us to sign him. I'm pleased with that. We've bulked out the squad as well. Amy hasn't gone anywhere on loan. Gomez we decided to keep because Ike Bravo went to Newcastle, or looked like he was going to go to Newcastle. Whether he actually did or not, I'm not sure. Typical Pip, that'll be Correa, is it? Oh no, it's Harry Reese going to Go Ahead Eagles. Well, go ahead to the Netherlands, will you, Harry? That was an awful pun. I apologise. I won't do that again. We'll see what happens in the remainder of transfer deadline day. Cody Gakpo goes to Southampton from PSV. A loan offer for Amy from Roma. I am going to reject that now. I think Amy's going to have to stay. They will accept a 1-year loan deal for Cabrera, so I'm happy with that. Reese has gone out on loan. There's 8 hours left to go. Biggest deal of the day so far is that Cody Gakpo one. Adarabioyo potentially to Granada from Liverpool. Wouldn't have expected that. Bastoni to City is not done yet. Is it done now? It is. £87 million. Biggest deal of the day. Aaron Ramsdale to Betis will be an intriguing one. Patrick Schick to West Ham would mean he's not a threat for us at Barcelona anymore, but he's 32 now. That'll be Aitor leaving us to go to Mechelen, or Mechelen. Quite to pronounce that, actually. Belgian, though, aren't they? Mechelen, I think. Or are they Dutch? I think. I'm going to put my neck on the line and say that they're Belgian. Ramsdale to Betis still rumoured. Mikolenko to Juventus. Groningen would like to bid for Joe Mendes. I would like to not accept anything for Joe Mendes, thank you. Bayern have done a loan to buy for Amy. No. I'm going to keep it. Weston McKennie leaves Dortmund. He didn't come with us to City. He's gone to AC Milan. And AC Milan is probably the side that I might like to try and take over when I go back to Italy. So that might actually be very good for us, even though it's not actually coming to us. Another loan bid for Amy from Wolfsburg. I need to take him off the loan list now because he's not going to go anywhere at this rate. And I don't have enough in my wage budget even for... Well, to be fair, I've got 31 grand, that said. £31,000 in the wage budget is probably enough to sign a free agent of half-decent capability. Considering we've got players that are late 70s for like 18 grand, we might be all right. Well, let's end the transfer deadline day then. Gabriel Jesus from Brighton to Borussia Dortmund. That's entirely unexpected. Now Paris FC want Joe Mendes as well. That is a no, monsieur. He's going nowhere. So, let's show you everything that went down in the transfer window, shall we? Kasper Kozłowski has gone to Napoli there from Brighton. Kozłowski is a very capable player. Transfer history. Biggest deals of this window then. Oh, yeah. Moretti, 172.5. 172. Liverpool for the 88. Now 90 rated Fabio Moretti. Bloody hell. Colombo has gone to Frankfurt for 114. Oh, that's the Ronaldo regen, is now 87 rated. At Bilbao. Great. Can't wait to play against them. Jules Koundé's gone to Manchester City. Brown. German got Neuer regen, presumably. Or Ter Stegen, maybe? Maybe Neuer, I don't know. Cancellieri's gone to Wolves and Bayern. Bastoni's left Real Madrid. That's good for us. Brian Hill has gone to Bayern. Ruben Dias has got... Oh, no! I just got away from Ruben Dias, and now he's playing in my bloody league again. Kill me. Busio to Southampton. Inacio to Dortmund. Facundo Farias to Manchester United. Broja has left Sevilla, which is good news for us. Zubamendi has joined Valencia, which isn't good news for us. Kirkzu leaves Barcelona. Gakpo to Southampton. Ibrahim. All right. Mahrez regen, presumably then. Algerian. Araujo. Kefren Turam's very good. Specifically on Football Manager as well. Diagne from Getafe. Diagne caused us real problems. He's gone to Monza. Sula has gone to Barcelona. Hello, Nicholas. We'll play against you again as one of my former players. Aaron Hickey to Betis. Lemoine. William Lemoine. AC Milan. AC Milan might be a decent place to go after we finished with Malaga, you know, to try and get that Coppa Italia. Sanchez, 23, 84 rated right back to Barcelona. A lot of La Liga sides are improving, aren't they? Tomiyasu, 85 to Real Madrid. Kovacevic, gone to Atalanta now. Anything else in this? Well, Rafinha, 86 rated. Still got plenty of pace in those legs at 31. Ramsdale has gone to Betis, 86 rated. Bollocks. Shuratiro we sold to Arsenal. That's basically what's funded our whole bloody window, isn't it? Lissandro Martinez has gone to Liverpool. Bremer gone to Newcastle, our former man at Dortmund and Manchester City. Diallo to Atletico Madrid. Anything else that affects us? Felix Beltran did go to Bilbao for 45.6 million. That was out of our financial reach. At the moment, we sit 13th in the table, but we quite understandably have aspirations of being significantly higher. Tomorrow, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid will sim the Cadiz game and play Espanyol as well. And then we'll be pushing forward. No European football for us this season, of course. So just domestic football in the league and Copa del Rey. So we should whiz through this season the same way we whizzed through the last. Join me for another one tomorrow where we will hopefully get ourselves plenty of points on the board. Although Barcelona and Atletico Madrid might have something to say about that. Thank you very much for watching. I think that's a very positive window. Compare that team to the one that we joined at this stage last year from City to come to Malaga, and it's not even close, is it? Not even remotely close. We are a significantly better team, and we'll have a significantly better season. I'll see you tomorrow.